I would like to talk about Snow.io to my audience. Like, this is a software that helps to increase your sales, basically, right? So, can you explain us like what this tool does and how the tool will be helpful for our audience?
Of course. First of all, thank you very much for having me here. I'm Giovanni. I'm Brazil's
Yeah.
country manager for Snovio. Uh, so we're a tool that, as you said, help companies to sell more, and we can do that by helping you to find leads, verify which of those leads are valid, so you won't have a high bounce rate. And other than that, we can create a email drip campaign, so you can automatically speak with your clients and then just get your answers into the inbox. Of course, there is a lot into the process and the methodology to make this work, but our tool can help you gain productivity and make things faster and gain time. So that's basically what we do. And I'll just go to share my screen. If you have
Okay.
any questions, just let me know, and I can go.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. What you are saying?
Can you just make me as a host here,
Okay.
so
Let
I
me
can share the screen?
make host. Okay. And make it. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so we got entering Snovio.
Yes.
This is the first dashboard that we have. So
Uh,
here we have.
the
Go ahead.
language. In the language English.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, perfect. Of course.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, we have an English, Portuguese, Ukrainian, Chinese localization. So here, first of all, this is our list of clients, prospects, list of people who we are trying to contact. I'll show you how we can create a list like this, very easy in a few moments. We have also the opportunity here to create lists of companies. That was list of people. This is companies. We can find leads. We can verify them. We can send email drip campaigns. We also have a CRM, so you can manage all your leads here into the pipeline. And then we have the email, the extensions and integrations. I'll go through everything. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
yes. So basically, it's a
Uh,
yeah. So basically, it's a complete outbound sales solution, right?
yeah, we
Yeah.
position ourselves as a complete, a full toolbox. So we launched the CRM 3 or 4
Yes.
months ago, last November, and our
Yes.
goal is to increase that and improve a lot. So people won't have to change tools because it's a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
at least for me, to change in a bunch of tools. You lose data, you lose time, and then if you have everything in one
Yeah.
place, that's our goal here.
Uh, so
Uh,
So basically,
Go
we
ahead.
can find the leads, contact details of the person. We can also send them emails. We can also store all the leads in our sales pipeline, right? This is the
Yeah,
complete solution. Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so here when we say leads or prospects here, we look into names. So we have the name, we have all the positions here. If I send James some email or anything like that, it would show here. I can also send an email exclusively to him as well. So I could do that directly from here. If he clicks, and if I have the link tracking and open tracking here, we can check who did that. And also here I have a few more info about our lead. And here I have usually LinkedIn and Twitter. Sometimes I have some other social networks, but mostly LinkedIn. And this is where our tool works a lot. So let's say I didn't have James' contact here and I wanted to try to reach him. I could just go into the extension here. Oh, let me check if I have to upload to go into the extension here. And then of course his email is here because I know, but let's say I wanted to go into Gary. I don't know his email yet. I just open here. And if I click find emails and save, it will save into a list. So this is my test list or new list. I have all those lists here so you can see, or I can create a new one. Once I click on find leads and save, that will send the leads my LinkedIn account. But one way, sorry, to my Snovio account. But one way that I like to do very much, and once we look, what that happens, we look for the professional email, the business email of that person. So as you can see here, we don't have like Gmails or anything like that. We have a bunch of emails from the company, the person, and the company. I'll go into what are green, yellows, and red emails in a moment. But that's the idea. We usually don't look for generic emails like Gmail or any of those. And that's usually a different email that is on LinkedIn. So we come here, let's say, sorry, my LinkedIn is Portuguese, but let's say I look into the sector of the company. I look into software. So this is the same in English and Portuguese. And let's say I look into CEO of the software companies. One thing that I like to do is I can use on LinkedIn, I can use, let's say, if I use or if I use and, I can create different variations and get a better search result. So let's say I wanted to talk to CEO or CTO of software companies. Of course, I'm going to have a bunch of them. LinkedIn is only gonna give me 100 pages. But what I can do with the extension here, and this is one that I like the most, is I can, again, send it to a list, but not only the first page. I can go up to page 100. That's the last one that LinkedIn gives me. And I can find all those leads inside this list. So I can find the professional email, business email of everybody here.
Can can one question, can Snow.io automatically find all those emails, or you have to manually go through each contact and find the email IDs of this?
Yeah, that's the idea. Once I go here, I can find from page 1 to page 10 without having to go one by one. So 1 to page 100, sorry, to the last page of the research. So I can go here. Once I click find emails and save, they will start saving from page 1 to page 100, everyone that is here. So I don't have to go like page by page or click in any of those people. It will save automatically and create a list with everyone here in a prospect list like this. Is it clear?
Got it. So basically, yeah, so that is what the prospect does, right? So you have to install an extension, and you need to use the LinkedIn, and you have to type in your filters as per your requirement, and use the LinkedIn extension to find all the lists and save the leads, right, into your CRM of Snow.
Yeah, perfect. We can do that on the website as well. So let's say I have here my Snovio. We are at Snovio's website, so that's why it shows like this. It will show me a bunch of emails here. Here is my email as well. So here is a bunch of emails. When I click here, show all, then I come into the company's profile. Here is my list of companies, and it shows me an overview of the company. So I have their LinkedIn page, and here I have everyone that works there. But as you can see, I have, let's say, Valerie. Valerie is here. I can check her LinkedIn account. She has a fan.io account. Sometimes it shows. Here we can see what are her experiences. But we don't have the email yet. To find the email, I can just add it to list. Let's say to new list, and then it will start looking for Valerie's email here. So that's another way we can look at it. So I can either research for company into LinkedIn or company websites. And when I go back to LinkedIn, I can also start looking for companies. So instead of now researching people, I will create lists of companies so I can have a similar view to which we had Snovio right now. So let's say I want to 51 to 200 company, to 200 people companies. And I'll add my city just for fun, Florianopolis. And then we can have 565 companies in Florianopolis with 51 to 200 employees. What happens here is that I cannot save all of them at once. So I cannot do the same thing as we did before about the pages. So I have to go page by page, 57 pages, and save all the companies there. There is a workaround for this. So because we can create lists and we can do everything outside of LinkedIn. We can do everything here at Snovio. So once I have my company profile search, let's say I add the country Brazil. I'm going to use an example. We've talked about software for a while right now, 51 to 200. Let's say I don't want to specify city or state. I just want everything. I just start search here. One very important point that sometimes it helps a lot is the specialities part. So where does this actually goes? Let me see if I can find one. Where does it actually goes? So here, once you see it is in Portuguese, but specialities, those are tags that the company actually adds. So each company will add a different
yeah, basically they are the keywords, right? So main keywords that the company is doing, right? So
yeah, but it's not something predefined by LinkedIn, so you have to add a lot of variations if you'd like to look into this.
If you want to find, suppose, a B2B company, so maybe they are using B2B keyword into their company, their sector.
Yeah, once that works a lot very well. An example is for e-commerces. Let's say you want to speak to e-commerce. What happens is usually they are in a bunch of different industries. So we cannot go into one and say, oh, these are e-commerces. So what we do is in specialities, we add e-commerce and then we can have a better results based on that. But on the search that we did before, we have 993 software companies in Brazil with 51 to 200 employees. Now we can add them into one list. So I'll create tag 51 to 200, and I can add it to list, and now I have a bunch of companies list here. Of course, I can go one by one, as we saw with Snovio here. Let's say I want to find out who is the CEO of Class Solution. I can go here, I can add the position here in search, or I can just go and see that it's under the CEO. I can add it to list and find his email. But looking into 990 companies, that's a lot of time. And because of that, we have the book domain search. So when we have the book domain search here, what we usually do, we have two inputs. We can do two inputs. Sorry. The first of them, we can upload a list with only domain names or company names. It can be a CSV file. It can be a XLS file, an Excel file. So you can just bring it to here, and it works the same way as it will work with the list that we just created. I can have the tag 51 to 200 people here, and I will start looking into prospects. Let's say I want to speak with C-level. Of course, here are some Portuguese words, but we can create any kind of filter by position that we want.
Yeah, basically job titles.
Job titles, perfect. Yeah, and these will search for exactly what LinkedIn has. So instead of looking for exact match, I usually look for position contains, because sometimes if I want to speak with marketing or with human resources or with different departments, I can find human resources manager. I can find a specialist, and I can find a bunch of different variations of that term that I look into here. And I usually suggest my everybody that I show the platform to have 5 clients per domain. So I'll look into 5 people in each company with those terms. I can save the filter and have the filters like I have it now shown to you, and then I just click and it goes back here, and then I can start the search. The results of of previous searches are here. We are looking for these searches right now, and once I add them to the list, just a moment. It's like 2 minutes, not even a minute. Once I add it to the list, we create the same prospect list as we had before. So now this new list was created by this, and then we have a bunch of emails. All those emails and all those emails coming from LinkedIn, they are verified. So what happens here is that valid emails, we have a 98% uh, activity on that.
Yes,
So
yes. So they
98%.
do not bounce. So once you send the email
Yeah,
contents, they have less chances of getting bounced.
yeah, just 2% because 2% we missed.
Yeah.
Here, the invalid emails, 98% that they don't exist.
Yes.
And here, we cannot be certain if it's valid or not. So this is like lottery. What I usually suggest is, let's say I have almost 500 valid emails. I can have 10% of yellow emails on this list. So I would have like 50 yellow emails here on this list. This way, I wouldn't have too much problem with my email going to blacklist. Does it make sense?
Yeah, does Snow.io has their inbuilt email verification service?
Yeah. So here we can do an individual email verification. I can just type any email and find. Or let's say you have a list of email in your base, you can just bring it to here, and then it will show you which of those emails are valid, which are invalid, and which they cannot be certain.
Okay.
In these cases, we do not charge for this. Yeah.
Okay, so basically they can take the prospect list and upload here and find if they're valid or not, right? So maybe double verification they can do.
Yeah, perfect. I have a few lists, so you can either, what I like a lot is you can import, you can import some prospects here. And once you import them, they will not be verified. They'll be like this. And then you can just verify the list, and then all the lists will be verified.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, is it good? Any more questions?
Yes, perfect. Like, yeah, we found the list, right? So you also have the inbuilt filter search, right? Like LinkedIn give us the option to find leads based on their jobs, location, company name. Yeah, so we also have that for finding the emails. You just showed me, I guess. You just showed me.
Yeah, this one. So we have this one based on, this is one once we have a list of domains, a list of companies, and we want to find the right person. And this is the one for us to create companies list. So we usually create a companies list and then go back to the other tool. And one other tool that I like a lot is the technology checker. So let's say I'm a Salesforce consultancy company. So I can find companies that use Salesforce, and I can search for that. And they can give me up to 20,000 websites per search. I can select industry, employer number, country, language, and I can of course you can export. But what I like the most is once I click find people to contact here, we go back to the same page. So I just can find the job positions that I want inside of all the websites using Salesforce. So we have a bunch of, let me go back to that tool. We have a bunch of companies, a bunch of softwares here that we actually can search for. So if you look into here, you have a good understanding on what can work. I have a few clients that use this tool very, very well. So let's say if the company sells inbound marketing, if they search for companies that use HubSpot, they'll probably have a better, how can I say?
CRM or sales solution.
Yeah, better fit. So it would work best. I had a client that he used to sell Amazon Web Service, so AWS, and he'll search for companies that actually sold Oracle because he said he beat Oracle in all the points, so he had a really high conversion, and he uses Snovio for that.
Okay.
So those are a few ways that you can use this tool, and you can check. As you can see, there are a lot of tools here, and you can just see whatever fits for your company. Any questions on this one?
Uh, yeah, got it right. If a person, if suppose if a company is Salesforce consultancy, as you said, like they are guiding people, company who are using Salesforce solutions. So maybe they can find Salesforce company that are using Salesforce, and they
Yeah.
can guide them. Like we can help you better with Salesforce, and they can sell their service. That is what you can use it for, right?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, instead of just finding some companies with
Oh,
a specific size or anything like that, and not be sure that they have Salesforce. So yeah, that's the idea. Perfect. And we have a few other ways we can search. One that I like a lot is once we have a more specific domain, as I used this Snovio before. Once I search for the domain instead of using the extension, I have a very similar view that I had before. So I can just create, add them to list, and do exactly the same work. So this
yeah,
we have a bunch of tools that can help companies like to find emails, but mostly the ways to work that I like a lot is with the LinkedIn extension, especially if you have Sales Navigator.
yes, yes,
The extension, yeah, if you have the Sales Navigator, the extension works great because you can create a lot of filters. You have
yes.
a higher limit for
Yeah,
extractor, so you can have a better use of the tool. But if I sometimes like me, like myself, I have the free LinkedIn because I don't do a lot of prospecting. So if we have that, it doesn't. Sometimes it's better to work in the company profile search or do everything from the tool.
so yeah.
Any yeah,
Yeah, so
any
like I would
questions?
like to tell my audience, like if they don't know what is LinkedIn Sales Navigator, basically it's a sales solution by using which
Yeah,
you can use the advanced filters to target your audience better. LinkedIn has the very conventional filters, like you cannot target specifically. So with Sales Navigator, you can do that. And if you use the Snow.io extension, you can target your audience better and get the targeted list more better way as compared to the using the simple LinkedIn. Yeah, you can
yeah,
continue.
yeah. Perfect. One practical example is that on free LinkedIn you cannot search for people and add company size. And on
Yeah,
LinkedIn
there are
Sales
many like
Navigator you
yeah,
can do
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
there are many of them.
many yeah.
Uh,
Employ yeah, there are many filters that you can use.
Yeah. So it's a good sometimes it work. And once we finish everything we prospected, we create our list. Now we go to drip campaigns, and you can create a drip campaign step by step here. We have a few, we have a bunch, not a few, but a bunch of email templates. We can create one from a template, but we can create our own here. So I just move the email, send it to here. And as I said, we can use either a campaign template or I can use email templates. Here are some emails that we have. Let's say I want a product pitch, an ADA formula. Number one, I can just add it here. We have some some custom personalization variables here. So first name, everything that is in black we just change. So what's the leads goal? I know it's not easy to generate leads. Let's say we use Snovio. Staying ahead of your competition, especially in technology, is essential. Blah, blah, and then there are a few things you become when you don't
Oh,
have to spend hours generating leads or creating lists or something like that. And then you can create an email. Sorry, do you have any
yeah,
questions?
yeah. So what these black what are in the black brackets? They are leads goals. So what it does, like I know that the first name will be customized. Like it will take the first name of the person in the email and
Yeah.
it will. What is this for?
So here, one as this is a template, this is for you to change. So let's say I would write this email for Snovio.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. It's a
Generate
guide, like
this.
it's
Yeah,
a template guide. Like you can use
yeah,
your data here. Right? It's not a
yeah.
personalization, but you can use your data here. Got it.
Yeah, so but this one we have this one.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the personalized here, and I
Yes,
have
yes,
a
got
bunch
it.
of
Yeah,
those
it
here.
fetches from your prospect list, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, perfect.
yeah. Got
Good.
it.
I can add a source code here as well. Unsubscribe link, upload file, pictures, calendar link. We can add it and insert links here as well and emojis. So we have a few tools. We can check the size of the letter as well and everything. The idea here is to create a good email. One thing that I like to tell people is that just be careful with uploading images. If you do so, just try to have them as compact as possible. Don't add too much image because this is not email marketing. This is prospecting email, so it's a little bit different. But the templates will show you that. And of course, after the M plan, we have A/B testing on the tool. So let's say I'll show you how it works afterward in the metrics. But let's say we have different variations. I want to do a test, and our tool can do a A/B testing. We can
So
actually
what?
create.
So Evan, what you are doing here? Basically, you are trying to create an email campaign, right? So the first
Yeah,
email will first go, right? Move elements to the field
yeah,
and connect them to create. Okay.
and let's say I wanted to wait
Okay.
like 5 days for the next email. I just set the delay, and then I
Okay.
add here,
So this
and
second
then I
will go
can.
as a follow-up email, right?
Yeah, perfect. And let's say for a third email, I don't want to send the same email for everyone. I want to wait 3 days. And for those people who opened the email, I want to send one thing. And for those who didn't open, I want to send another thing. So I can just add here. And in this case, I can use the trigger. It will work the same as the delay as we had before, but it has a trigger condition. So we can just add it in here and have different follow-ups.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have our goal. And our goal here we will use to segment our leads. So let's say here I have cold leads as they didn't open my emails and didn't answer me. And here, we have hot leads. So for this, I created my campaign. I'll show you where we can have the goals, where the goal will be shown afterwards. But usually the goal is the last step of the campaign, as they don't have anything for us to pull from here. So this is an easy campaign, but you can
So
go
yeah.
up to 50 blocks.
So can you explain us the sequence from start to end? What will happen here?
Okay, perfect. So here we'll choose the list. We'll choose the list in a moment, but we'll send the first email. We will wait 5 days. We'll send the second email. We'll wait 3 days. And then for those people who opened the email, we'll send them to this part. And for those people who didn't open the email, we'll send it here. We'll send this email. If those, as they didn't open, I created a tag for them, and I'll show you guys in a moment where the tag is at. But we created 2 tags. One is cold and one is hot. So I know that who opened this email is hot and who didn't open is cold. Is it clear?
But clear.
Okay, cool. Oh, let me proceed. They just asked me to add any test on this one, but as it's a test, I don't need that. We can create based on a list of companies. I just add the list here. If I want to send to the first or to all emails, let's say I have more than one email here, I can send it to a bunch of them, to all of them, or just the first one. Unverified emails, those are the gray ones when we imported to Snovio and didn't verify it yet. So those are the emails. If I want to send to them, I just don't tick the box. And verifiable risky emails, those are the yellow ones. If I do want to send to yellow emails, I can just check here and it will send it to everyone. And if a prospect has a missing variable, so let's say I add first name and he doesn't have the first name, before sending the campaign to that lead, it will ask you to check the list for those leads who are missing data. And if you send the campaign anyway, it will just send without the first name.
Can you explain again? The variable.
This one,
if a prospect has a missing variable.
Yeah, so I don't have any campaigns with that right now.
Yeah.
But let's say I add first name on every lead here.
Okay.
And one lead of those 1,043, they don't have the first name. the campaign won't start for him. And here in my campaign lists,
Okay, the personalized
once,
tag that we had that you are talking about, right?
sorry.
The personalized tag that we tag.
Yeah, the person, yeah, the
So
personalized tag.
so so, so the
So it
personalized
will
tag, yeah,
show,
yeah.
yeah, it will show here a banner saying, "Oh, you have a few leads without with a missing variable. Please check before sending the campaign."
Okay,
And on the side of this statistics one, it will show here verify variables, and then you click here, and it shows, oh, you want to add anything? Let's say I want to add a first name manually because I know I can add that. Or no, I just want to send to everybody without verifying. That's a possibility as well. And I can just choose there what I prefer to do. Does it make sense now?
yeah. So if the first name of the person suppose is not available, so will the email campaign will skip the name and it will send it anyway? Like suppose, hi, my name is Vaibhav, like hi Vaibhav. So Vaibhav, they will, if Vaibhav is not available, so they will skip it and just send the message of
Yeah,
hi. Or we also have an option to type in the first name, if the tag is not available, we can replace it with some another general message, like if it is not available.
yeah. Yeah, you can add a general message for when the tag is missing. Uh, or you can add the name. But as you said, if I didn't have the name of the lead, I wouldn't be able to. It would just say like hi instead of hi and first name.
Okay, got it.
And then here we can choose an account. So I just add an email account here, SMTP, easy how to do it. If you have any troubles doing that, please just call our support here. We have a bunch of people. Roberta is our customer care head here in Brazil, but we have everyone here to help you out in less than 2 minutes. That's our goal. We add the account here. I can add a signature as well. This is mine. And you can add the tracking settings. So I can check people who open my link. I can open my email, clicked on the link, and I can stop for those people who replied. The link tracking is something very delicate because we have seen based on our users that it might affect your email deliverability. So I usually don't track those links, or we use a custom tracking domain. That's something we added in our tool. So here has a how to do this, and we saw that step by step. And then we saw that adding a track custom domain, it helps you to increase your deliverability
Deliverability, yeah.
problem. Yeah.
So basically, yeah. So what a link tracking means, like if you can have any link inside your email, it will get tracked.
Yeah.
So custom
Yeah.
domain, with custom domain, what we'll do is like we link, if you have a website, so we will link with that, and the software will use that link to give us the report, right? So that is what
Yeah.
happened, right? So it will
Yeah.
it will be like not, it will not look spam, and it will look more authentic. So
Yeah.
spam rate will be lower,
Yeah.
deliverability will be more. So yeah,
Yeah. For
it is a
us,
process. Yeah.
yeah. For us, it's like track.snov.io. I think
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
one that I use. And here, let me show. And we saw that in some accounts, up to 20% improvement in deliverability. So yeah,
Oh,
it helps out a lot. So if
okay.
you don't have that, I usually suggest or not to track
Track.
links. So
Oh,
yeah, you can track the landing page based on people that went there or a Bitly or something like that. But yeah, of course it's testing. It depends on who
yeah,
are
you
you
can
sending
set the
to.
custom domain. Yeah, custom tracking.
Yeah.
But
And here we can add a campaign schedule. I can send, let's say, 9 to 6. I add the time zone, or I can do some like crazy hours like I used to do as I was testing before. So you can just add your campaign, and you can add a campaign duration. So let's say I want to send an email, and I want to send an email for the next couple weeks. I want to end the campaign here on the 30th. I can do that. Or let's say I want to start a campaign next Monday, I can add here, and the campaign will start based on the dates that I added. Once I go,
yeah, one more question. Like how many emails can we send using Snow.io at a time? Like, is there any limit at a time? Yeah. Is there any limitation?
We usually ask people to warm up their accounts. I have another webinar today speaking about email campaigns. So I've been checking a lot of those. We usually ask people to start with 25 emails per day. Okay. One very important thing, let me show you here. Once I add my email account here, I can check here. I can do a random delay between emails. So I usually ask people that are starting to use at least 60 seconds here to 90 seconds. When you create your account, it will be a 5-second fixed delay here. This will probably make your account be marked as spam. So if you change that, it will help you out. And in messages per day, I usually suggest for people to start with 25 in the first week, then 50, then 75, and you go up 25 per 25 until you can send more than 500 emails per day.
Like,
I keep 200.
Yeah, I know it also, like if you have a Google Workspace or maybe an account or G Suite account, then you can send more emails. And if you have just normal Gmail account, then you need to send some limited emails, right? So that also makes it.
Yeah, but for myself, let's say mine is a Google Workspace. I can send 2,000 emails per day here.
Yeah.
If I just create an email account and send 2,000 messages per day, you're probably going to be listed and blacklist. So we usually suggest step by step. But once you see that your open rate is not going down, that's probably because your deliverability is good and you wouldn't have any problems. So you can get up to 500, more than 500 emails a day per account.
So if you just newly created the account of your Gmail or Workspace, then you need to go slowly. But if your Gmail account or Workspace account is old, like 1 year old, then you can start, right?
Yeah, we have a really good, we have a really good post here that is how to avoid spam filter. This is our our knowledge base. So here we have a step-by-step of everything, every tool that we have. We also have a video with Senia in your YouTube channel. But here we have a few tips on how you can do this, on how you can have a better email campaign. And here, let me check. They say one warm up emails. That is what I see.
Yeah, we can warm up the emails, right? Yeah. So warm up basically the emails are sent from your account and also automatically replied to your account, right? So your reputation of your Gmail account increases, right? So that service is there in Snow.io right now.
We are creating a mail warm up tool, but at the moment, what I suggest users is that you send email to 10 or 15 people that you know. With different email providers is good. You ask them to mark you as important, and other than that, just ask them to reply and if you report it as spam, report as not spam, because this will help you afterwards. And in the first few months of your email, or the first few sending, that's a really good sorry about that, important test.
Yeah, so for my audience, like who do not know what is warming up, so suppose you are sending a lot of emails to people, and if they do not reply or do not open your emails, then Google will mark it as spam and they will land in their spam folders. But if you use the warm service, then what will happen is inside your account there will be automatic reply to some bots, not, but they will be real people's, but they will be sent automatically and they will be get open, they will be replied. So the Google will see that it's a real account, people are opening the emails, and your emails will not go into the spam folder. They will go to the inbox, right?
Yeah, and it's as important receiving emails as is sending them. So I also suggest the users to subscribe to 10 or 15 newsletters. It doesn't have to be from a specific niche, but once you do that, you'll probably start receiving some emails, and the email provider will verify that you are a good email as well. Yeah, any more questions? Makes sense?
Yeah, so we have created the sequence and we added the
Yeah.
prospects also, right? So
Yeah, so we created the sequence. Now we want to check what has actually been happening here. We have the number of total recipients contacted and subscribed and not reached, which one of them were bounced or auto reply. I have here, I can check by week, month, or all time. I have how many emails were sent. What is my open rate here? What is the click rate? If I didn't track them, so that's why it's not here. The reply rate and the bounce rate, and I can check email by email. One thing that is very nice is that this is my A/B testing. I did a test here and I saw that my email, when I was checking the pain, which of the problems were biggest on our leads, and we saw that generating a bunch of leads, that's the one that people want the most. And if you want to know how to become a reference in your segment, here we have a few less people interested. So my whole communication after this, it went more into generating leads. And if I want to,
yeah, what you're saying? Yes,
sorry.
Continue.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, what you're saying, let complete, I'll ask then. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, what you are saying, you can complete and then I'll ask the question.
Yeah. You can send one email, the tool will send, like, we have 399 people on the list. The tool send, like, divided that by 5 and send a little bit for each one. And then I can do some tests and understand what works best, and have a better open rate and reply rate as well.
So how you do A by B testing here?
So yeah, here, once I create a new campaign, I add the email and I can just add new variants here. So I can add up to 5 variants and then just write different emails. Each of those, like, I don't change a lot. I just change here, here, and here. That's where I change. So you can see here, here. So I just change a little bit and send the emails, and the tool does the rest.
Okay. So
and I can have a different. So let's say I want to check who opened this email. I can come here. It goes to recipients. I click on the email, and I can just create some filters here. As I said before, we have some goals, and here, remember the cold and hot leads. Here would be the place where I could check them, and I can set the goals like hot or cold and apply, and I can prioritize trying to contact the leads that open my emails, for instance. And I can have all the leads here. Let's say I want to check Nathan. He opened 5 of my emails. I can check here which of the emails he opened, and then I can send an email to him. I can add a note, or I can try to call him. It depends on your sales prospecting workflow. And here I have a bunch of leads. I can export them. I can select everything on the list. I can export them. I can move them into a new list. Let's say I already did a demo with those guys and I want to send them to a new list after the demo to receive a follow-up sequence. I can just add them to a new list. And if that list has a new drip campaign, they'll start receiving the emails. And of course, I can have an overview of the campaign. Here I have my first email. I set up a delay. I have my second email, and then I set up a trigger here. And if the person schedules a meeting with him, the goal is reached. If not, I just send another email, and that's the end of my campaign.
So this A, B, C, D, E are the A B testing, right?
Yeah.
So you are sending all these emails to 5 different contacts with 5 different email copy to check like which perform best, right?
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. So I had 416 people in my list that I added here. So out of those 414, probably had a couple bounces. Uh, I send emails. So I send A to 84 people, B to 85, C to 83, D to 82, and E to 80. And then I have the results here. But yeah, that's the idea. And this is the first email, wait, second email, wait, third email. That's basically it.
Okay.
Is it clear? Do you have any more
Yes, yes,
questions?
yes. So we have created the email campaign, and you also showed us the report, right? So once the
Yeah.
emails are gone, like the open rate, and that were the reports, right? That's,
Yeah, perfect.
yeah.
Then you'll have everything, you'll have the leads. And in the end, uh, let's say a lead answered me. Let's just get a random lead here. Let's say Anna answered me. So I received an email from Ana Paula. I can just click here and I can add her. Let's say she's $39 and she's from Prospector Deal. And I can just save here and she's already in my pipeline. I can change the pipeline stages. I can edit the name to what actually fits my reality, but I can have here all the leads. I can send them to the next step.
Yeah.
And then if I want, I can add them here. If I lost here, or if I want to delete them, I can add it here. But yeah, basically that's the idea here of the CRM.
Yes.
Also on this, go ahead.
Yes, the CRM is basically the purpose is to create the sales pipeline, right? So what at what
Yeah,
stage the lead is, right? If it is like you just send an email, you can keep the emails in this section. Then if the email replied or the deal is closed, you can mark that a leads has one section of the pipeline, right? So that is what the CRM
yeah,
is here. The CRM here
yeah.
is not for storing all your contact detail at one place, right?
Perfect. No, yeah, it's for you not to go crazy and understand who actually answer, who is an actual a potential deal, not just a prospect. So it's a little bit farther down the road, and we can have some statistics here to check how many. I've not been using a lot, but you can check how many deals were created, how many deals won, the value, and we are like weekly adding updates to our CRM. So we'll have a bunch of things here and probably some updates soon again. Yeah, but that's the idea. And of course, let's say, Giovanni, I have a different CRM. Can I integrate Snovio with them? Of course you can. We can do that. And especially what I like to do here, we have a few native integrations. I'm not using Pipedrive anymore because I'm not doing sales, but yeah, if you have Pipedrive, we can have it here. We can either use Integromat or Zapier. This is a no code, low code for us. Let's say use Pipedrive. What I usually suggest people is that once we receive a reply here on Snovio, we can add them to create a new deal on Pipedrive or any other CRM that you'd like to create. Zapier, it integrates with over 4,000 apps, and everything that we have here, it can integrate with Snovio. So integrations, it depends a lot on the customer, but if you have any questions or
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
have any requests, if you like the tool, just please send a message here to our customer care team, and they will be happy to book a demo for you, and we can contact you and show a little bit of a more personalized to your reality, so we can help you out with this. Make sense?
Yes. Can you download your prospect list into CSV file?
Of course. So let's say I have a prospect list here. I can just export the prospects here, no cost. I have export the prospect. Let's say I just want the green emails, I can export them, or some emails that have a tag, I can export them to Google Sheets. I can choose what I actually want to export from those leads, download the jobs without emails in our preview jobs, or export just one email per person. That's an option. I export, I can choose which of the file types that I can. And doing that, you can, of course, upload those leads into your CRM as well. So it works. I have in our workflow, we have a list of prospects, so we import them on Snovio and on Pipedrive because we're actually moving to Snovio soon enough, but our goal, we import in both places, and then we can understand the emails that I sent here, it shows in Pipedrive, and we can have everything in one place. But our goal is soon enough, not I believe not this quarter, but the next quarter, to start using our pipeline as well, our
Yeah,
CRM as well.
it's the initial stage, right? Your CRM is
Yeah,
in the initial stage, but once it is perfect, then you do not need to use pipe drive, other integration. You
yeah,
can just track it everything from here too, right?
yeah, perfect. That's the idea.
Got it.
Do you have any more questions about the tool or anything
Uh,
that?
yeah, so these were all the features we covered, right? We can find emails, we can send email campaigns, we can store the pipelines, connections, and we can verify the emails too, right? So
Yeah,
these are the all the important features that we have seen, right? Is there any other
yeah.
features, or this is
We have
yeah?
we have a few other features like a single email search, but those are more specific. Let's say I want to find my email, as I said. I add Giovanni, I add my last name, and I add the company here, and then they will start. But as I said before, if I have the company, I'll probably go to the domain search because then I'll look into who is the right person to speak to. This is very specific when I have a person name and the company and I cannot find the email. Social URL search. Here I can choose a file with a bunch of LinkedIn prospects links, and then
Profile
I can
URL,
just
yeah, LinkedIn profile
yeah, profile
URLs,
URLs.
yeah,
Yeah, perfect. And then I can just upload the file here,
yeah,
and then it will show me how many leads. But as I say, it's hard for people to have a list with LinkedIn profiles, so
yeah. You
usually
need to
people
first
just go.
you will need to first grab the all the profile URLs, then place into the file and
Yeah,
then upload it, right? So you can just directly
yeah,
use the LinkedIn extension that works better.
yeah, yeah. So I usually tell people about the extension. And here's a linker. Let's say I want to find a sales sales representative, sales recruitment. Okay, with he has to know English and he lives in Brazil. And then it links me to a bunch of different searches. So I can find it either on LinkedIn. This is a Google LinkedIn search. I can do that as well. GitHub, Moz, Indeed, Behance. So let me show you how it looks. Let's say into LinkedIn people, it goes to LinkedIn with the people in English, with sales, recruitment, and
Got
then I
it.
have a list here.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it adds the filter, Boolean filters. It adds automatically, and you can
yeah,
directly search on all the social media platform, Google and LinkedIn. Yeah, excellent.
yeah. So basically, that's the idea and how it's all the tools. I usually go into the most important ones, but yeah, basically that's the idea of Snovio. We have a bunch of tools always and a bunch of updates uh, almost daily. And if you feel that you didn't find what you wanted here, please reach to our customer care team. Your feedback is very important to us. We usually create what users ask. So we have over 1.4 million users worldwide. A bunch of people from India actually, and yeah, we like to create new
Yeah.
things. So
What are the
that's
pricing
it.
plans of it? Right? You have covered
Right.
everything now. What are the pricing plans of Snow.io, right?
More.
And what do you get?
So we actually have two kinds of plan. First of all, we have a free plan, so you can try with 50 credits and 100 unique recipients. What are those? So credits are what we use for prospecting. LinkedIn search via extension, it's a 1 credit per lead. We don't charge for invalid emails and duplicates. The company profile search that we did, it only charges you for the companies that you viewed, not for the companies list that you created. Because if you have a companies list And if you add it to the bulk domain search, where you search for the job position, it's 1 credit per each prospect found. So that's the one that I like the most, and the LinkedIn extension, because it charges you the less. And there is the other option at either using the extension or adding the website in the domain search. This will cost you one credit per search here. Yep. And each email that you look into, it's 1 more credit here. Okay.
Yeah.
And email verification, sorry, 0.5 credits, so half a credit for email. We don't charge for the yellow emails on this case because we couldn't verify them, so it doesn't make sense to charge them. So each plan has a different amount of credits. Starting on the M plan, we have the A/B testing and the teamwork feature. The teamwork features, it allows me here to see not only my drip campaign list, but all the members' drip campaign lists. I can check the prospect list of the other company, of the other team members as well. And I can have I can have a dashboard here with my team. This is my personal email that I use just to show. And then I can show you, oh, last month, last week, we had that amount of prospects added, and we can understand who is doing what. This and the A/B testing is M plan and above. Everything else is available on the S plan and the free plan. Here we have 5,000 unique recipients as well, and those are the people that we can send emails to. I can send how many emails I want in the 30-day period for 5,000 people. And we have unlimited users in any of the plans. So you can have 5, 10 people in your company sharing one plan, and it makes a lot of sense because the cost for credit, it gets a lot cheaper. So that's the idea of the plans. And we have a monthly and annual plans. On the monthly plans, if you want to cancel, you just cancel your subscription, and the next month it won't be charged. And the credits here are cumulative. So everything that I don't use in this month, if I keep the plan, I don't downgrade, it still remains with the credits. So let's say I had 1,000 credits and I use only 500. If I keep the S plan, in the next month, I will have 1,500 here instead of only 1,000. But on the annual plan, I get 2 months free, but my credits don't roll over for the next month. So here, if I use 500, next month I'll have 1,000. The 500 I didn't use, I'll just lose the credits. So I usually recommend people to test 1 or 2 months on the S plan, and then after they feel that it is right for them, and that's actually what they're looking for, and then they can go into an annual plan that makes more sense because you get 2 months off. It's 20% off, basically here. Okay.
What are managed service?
Oh, so yeah, the managed service, we have Zebra. So Zebra is we don't have that for Brazil, but yeah, for worldwide, Zebra is an agency. So let's say I don't want to make Snovio work, I just want something to do that for me. What they do is that they add 100 handpicked prospects to the campaign that they created every day. They define your ICP. They do the whole process here into an M plan, and then you just receive the answers and schedule the meetings. So basically, that's the idea. And then you can request a demo here, and one of our specialists can show a little bit more of what they do and how it's done. But they do everything that we said, like email warm-up, email setup. They do copywriting for the campaigns. They do a custom strategy, and they do the outreach. So they find the leads every day and add 100 leads per day into your account. Okay.
Got it.
Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I think everything is clear to me now. I think if my audience have any question, then definitely they can comment down below, and we both can answer to them and see if they have any doubt. And if they want, they can definitely use the plan of Snow.io, and you can also have the free credits, right, to begin with.
Yeah. Every 30 months, you have 50 credits and
Okay.
100 unique recipients. So it
Okay.
rolls over. We just ask for people not to, you have to log in at least once every 90 days, because then otherwise your account will be deleted. But yeah, basically, and if, of course, guys, if you have any questions, if you have any difficulties using the tool, just go into our chat as well. We'll be happy to help